All right, so hey guys, it's me, 80s144. So today, guys, we're back at it again for another preview for a national team. And today we'll be discussing about the Belgian national team. So I have a guest named Jeff, and he's going to be helping me discuss about the Golden Generation in Belgium. So take it away, Jeff.
Hi, I'm happy to be able to talk about Belgium a bit more. I've been following them for like 3 or 4 years now, very closely. So I hope to give a pretty good examination of them.
I see. So I want to know your thoughts on this whole thing and about the Belgian Golden Generation because we are told that this generation has been so good. However, they haven't even reached a final. Not even like I can understand them winning it, but not even reaching a final is pretty disappointing.
Yeah, it is disappointing. Well, it definitely is a golden generation for us. That's like pretty undeniable. If you look at anything that's before this generation, it doesn't even come close. Like the max amount of World Cup players that we've had at the same time has been like max one as like for a very short period, and then like take 2018. We debatably had four at the same time, which is like insane for us. Um, I can't exactly answer why we've not been able to reach finals. There's uh, there's always been some issues with the team. Um, we've I think we've done pretty well for our nation, but like it's regrettable that so far we've not come all the way yet. And if I'm perfectly honest, I don't know if we're going to be able to this time.
Yeah, this is definitely the decline of the Golden Generation, for sure. And yeah, man, 2018, man, it must have really hurt.
Yeah, we it was that World Cup particularly like if you looked at us going into it, going through it, I think we were the best team in the tournament. But of course, that doesn't win you it, which really is a shame. I'm really happy with us though how we did that tournament.
Yeah, and it's pretty frustrating because I do agree with you. Belgium were the best team in that World Cup, and I know people tell me, "Oh, how could they didn't win it then?" Let's be real, guys. Usually, the best team don't win trophies. It's about getting
Yeah,
it done. You know.
it really is a shame because I think 2018 was our peak. Like that was the pinnacle of Belgian football, and it's probably gonna stay that way for a long time to come. So yeah,
Yeah,
well, we'll have to see what the next tournament gives.
yeah. So I guess now that we discussed about the Golden Generation, why it's been underwhelming. I guess we should discuss about expectations now. So, what's your expectations for this World Cup, particular for Belgium?
For me, I actually have no clue what's going to happen. Lately, we've fallen into some kind of weird inconsistency where we're able to take on any team on a good day and lose to any other team on a bad day. It seems um, that inconsistency hasn't yet creeped into actual tournaments, so I'm hopeful we'll keep the good track we've been on going. My expectation is that we'll at a minimum we need to like reach the knockouts. Like that's the absolute minimum requirement of or like Martinez is going to go down as one of the as pretty hated manager at the end. Um, but what I'm hoping for is another quarterfinal. Basically, that's the thing we've been reaching consistently over the past tournaments, and that's somewhere I think we can still make it.
Yeah. So I got the bracket here. So obviously Belgium in Group F, and let's be real, Belgium should top that group.
Yeah,
Do you agree with that?
yeah. We like no offense to the other teams. But if Belgium play to their own strengths and actually like come into the tournament trying to do stuff, they should really be topping that group. If you look at the previous tournaments, I think since 2016 we've won every group game
Wow,
we've been in. So
that's pretty impressive. Let's see. So then in the round of 16, oh, this could be tricky, man. Spain or Germany? Because I likely think you're going to be facing either of them in the round of 16. Because that's
yeah,
going to be the runner-up.
it's
Remember?
yeah. I I'm I'm not sure we're gonna be able to beat them, but I do think we should be very competitive against them.
Yeah, that could be tricky indeed. And now, on the off chance, let's say Japan comes second, then that is a repeat of last time around.
Yeah, it will be a repeat. Well, it should no offense to Japan, but I don't see him really getting that far in that group.
Yeah. So yeah, and let's just say, for argument's sake, let's say Belgium
Yeah,
do get past Spain or Germany, which at the very moment, at this time of recording, I don't think I could favor you guys.
I think it's very similar to what happened in the Euros with Portugal. Like the game really was 50-50, and it's going to be 50-50 again. So I can't predict what
Oh, you're
would happen.
right. Oh my goodness,
It's
Belgium.
very similar to the Euros.
Yeah, and so if Belgium beats Spain or Germany, they could potentially face Portugal again.
Yes.
Oh snap! You guys got lucky against Portugal, in my opinion.
Yeah, kind of. It was a mix of good defending and bad finishing. So
Yeah,
I don't. I'm just happy we won that game in the end.
yeah. So yeah, for me, man, I mean Portugal is a bit of a weird team. They're a bit of a funky team, so I wouldn't be surprised if you guys got past them. But like I said, I don't know if I could favor you guys against Spain or Germany.
Yeah, I don't
And
know if like the team currently is very good at beating teams they should be able to beat, but this like falls very much short recently against teams that actually have a chance of reaching far into the tournament, if you know what I mean.
yeah,
That's the main shortcoming of the Belgian national team at the moment is when a team comes against us, plays on the front foot, plays in a way that tries to go against what we want, take the control of the game, then we just fall apart.
yeah. So yeah, for me personally, and then let's just say, for argument's sake, you guys get past Portugal, which you guys could very well. You'll be then playing England, France potentially, and yeah, I think that's where it's going to end. For me,
Yeah,
it's
but
semis max.
France is the one. I know France has kind of become a bogey team for us because of
Oh
the
yeah,
way they beat us in the last two tournaments.
uh,
Yeah, not like in
yeah,
the Euros, but I mean like in the Nations League. The
uh,
way they beat us just makes it work really
yeah.
badly.
You must have been so mad.
Yeah, in both games, it's just you
Yeah, you
play
just don't want to
well
face
and
France.
then you just still throw it away.
What about England? You guys have a good record against England, so you guys could
Yeah,
actually beat England.
we have a good record against England. That's true. I think we faced them 4 times in the last 4 years or something, and we've won 3 of them. So
Yeah.
that's not too bad.
Yeah, I think my thing is though. I just feel like for me, is for me it's round of 16 is where my expectations is. So for me, you guys should at least get the round of 16, and from that point on, as you said, it can be anyone's game. Um,
Yeah,
so
that
for me,
that for me that's the absolute minimum. Like we need to like preferably top the group. I think we should be able to, and then it's possible for us to go further, but I'm not confident anymore we can.
yeah, and now even if you guys get runners up in the group, let's just say hypothetically, let's see 2F. Where's 2F?
And that will already
Oh,
be
Group E
yeah.
winner. I feel like it's kind of a lose-lose situation because Spain. We don't. Well, let's see how Spain and Germany do because right now, man, it could be very interesting.
Yeah, I feel like all the big European teams at the moment are kind of. I don't know if it's because of the Nations League that they aren't motivated enough, or like they all seem a bit inconsistent, a bit unpredictable at the moment
Yeah,
compared to like at the World Cup and Euros. You had clear favorites. I wouldn't say you have like very, except for maybe the South American teams, very big favorites this
yeah,
tournament.
yeah. Let's. I guess now that we talked about squad, I'm not squad expectation. Let's go about the squad now. So, what formation do you think Roberto Martinez will go in this World Cup?
Well, considering he's not deviated from the formation at any time so far, it's gonna be a 3-4-3,
Three,
definitely.
four, three. All
He
right.
does not deviate from the formation
Yeah,
under no circumstances.
I think goalkeeper is very obvious.
Yeah, as long as he's fit, Courtois is always starting. It's not a discussion. He's probably the best goalkeeper we've ever had at Belgium.
Yeah, and there's been an argument to be made. He's like one of the best goalkeepers in the world.
Yeah, for me, currently he's the best goalkeeper in the world. He has been for like 2 years maybe for me. Like before this season, most people used laughed at me for that, but I think he's definitely lived up to the expectation for me this season.
Yeah, very interesting. And then who do you think will be the other two backup goalkeepers?
I think one of them has to be Simon Mignolet.
Oh yeah.
He's just been very good, very consistent in the Belgian league for Club Rouge, and he's so far always been the second pick for Martinez. So I'm confident he's gonna be in the squad. And then for third choice, I'm not actually sure. There's two options. You've got Koen Casteels who at Wolfsburg. He's a very good goalkeeper. He's been very good in the Bundesliga. And you've got Mats Sels, who plays for, I think, Bordeaux in Ligue 1. He's been declared goalkeeper of the season by the Goalkeepers Federation in France.
Yeah.
So I think it's going to be Casteels, but Sels is very much in with a shout for that third spot.
Yeah. Let's move into the center backs now. This is where it could get very tricky.
Yeah. I think you can write two down already. He's not going to deviate from the classic defenders. Vertonghen on the left, Onderweireld on the right side of the defensive trio.
Okay, wait. Where's left? Oh, that's the right. Sorry, is this left? No.
Jan Vertonghen.
Vertonghen.
He's. They might be very much past their prime, but Martinez is not deviating.
And Alderweireld as well.
Yes, he's still. To me, I don't think he brings enough anymore. Definitely after a season he's had in Qatar, where he's not really faced very good opposition, and like compared to what he used to, and compared to what he's going to have to face with Belgium in the World Cup. Both of them have always become quite like they've lost their legs. They can't run as much anymore as they used to. Like against the Netherlands, I think last week it was very apparent that when they face a quick opponent, they just can't keep up with them anymore.
What's the other center back?
It's most likely going to be Jason Denayer.
Yeah,
at Lyon. Most likely, I actually don't know which the third option is going to be, but most likely it's going to be him.
Yeah, let me ask you this question, because for me at least, I recently saw you guys got thrashed by Netherlands.
Yeah.
And that was a really bad. Do you think that center back is a big issue? Because for me, that's the weakest position for Belgium, the national team.
It's definitely our weakest position. The main issue, in my opinion, is just the manager. He's been very, very, very hesitant in trying anyone new in defense. We've got quite a few young center backs coming through. Some of them are already playing regularly in big leagues. You've got Arthur Thiat at Bologna in Italy. Sebastian Bornau at Wolfsburg in Germany. They've been playing regularly in the big league, but they just aren't really getting any chances. And for this World Cup, he's just waited too long to integrate new names into that defense.
Yeah.
So,
do you think those players will be called up for like backup positions, and like in case like Vertonghen and Alderweireld Denayer get injured?
Yeah. He keeps them around to play as backups, but he has no intention of actually playing them if he's not required to. Martinez is very hesitant in using young new players, and he has his core players that he's been using since before 2018, and he keeps relying on those instead of trying new ones, which annoys most people that want to follow Belgium and support Belgium, but it is what it is.
Yeah, let's move to the right. Let's move to the left mid or right mid, I guess.
Yeah, this is going to be tricky because we've got a lot of options actually as Belgium in those two positions at the moment. Left mid is most likely going to be an attacking player because we don't really have any left backs except for Castagne, who can play at left back, but like usually that doesn't end well. It's going to be one of Yannick Carrasco, Leandro Trossard, and Torgan Hazard. Those are like the three options at left mid.
Yeah, sorry about that. It's a tricky one.
Like the thing is, Trossard is the player who's most informed with Brighton. Carrasco is probably the most talented of the three, and Torgan has been the best performer in tournaments so far. So it's any of the three could be starting. if I had to pick one, it's probably Carrasco.
Oh yeah, Carrasco. He's a good player for Atletico Madrid.
Yeah, and he's also played in that same position before with Atletico Madrid itself. So he'll do a good job.
Yeah, and he can also offer you the defensive aspect as well.
Yeah, he's a very good presser of the ball.
Yeah, let's move to the right mids.
Right mid is again Belgium has like currently 5 right backs that have played for the national team at this moment. It's I'm gonna say like the guy I'm gonna pick is Timothy Castagne because I think he's gonna be the first pick for Martinez. He's not necessarily my first pick because I really like Alexis Salamakers in that position. Every time he's played for us, he's been very good. He gets the ball forward. He's very, very good at pressing. He used to be a right back when he still played in Belgium before he was converted to a right winger. And then the third option is, of course, Meunier, who's currently at Dortmund. And he's always started for us at big tournaments, but he's just not... He hasn't found the same form that he had with us at the World Cup. So I don't think he's going to start.
Yeah, now I guess it's time to move to the midfield.
Yeah. I think one of the names you can definitely put down is Axel Witsel. He started for us since before Martinez came, every game, and I started every game since. He's just one of the key players in the team. The problem I have with him is that he's also become quite slow. He's never been a fast player. He's very much a positional player. But when you beat him and you get like in that space between the defense and the defensive mid, he can't cover. And we really saw that against the Netherlands. But Martinez is going to stick with him, and he's going to start for us.
Yeah.
And then the other spot, it's a mix-up here because it's probably going to be Tielemans, but Martinez likes playing De Bruyne in that position too. So I think it's as safe as if we put Tielemans down. Been good for us he's been good at Leicester less of a season this far. But Tielemans has been quite inconsistent for us with Belgium, but he's just such a talent that we can't really let him out of the team.
Yeah. That's very interesting. Who do you think the alternatives will be? Because it's interesting. Let me see the alternatives.
One of the alternatives is Leander Den Donker, who plays at Wolves.
Oh, yes.
He's more of a box-to-box, very aggressive, very high pressing. He really just runs a lot. He's he marks people well. You give him a job and he does it well. That is that kind of player. And then probably on the other side, it's gonna be Hans van Aken, who plays for Club Brugge.
Interesting. Yeah. What about Dennis Pratt?
Dennis, he's one of those players that Martinez keeps calling up, but he's never been able to really get into the team. He only plays at moments that's really not important. He's done well for us. That's not the issue, but I don't think Martinez trusts him enough to really give him minutes at the World Cup.
Yeah, that might be a bridge too far.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
He's one of the kind of players that Martinez keeps calling up for some reason, doesn't use, and then when most of us are thinking like, well, if you're not going to use him, like call up someone young, call someone new, maybe try something else. But he's not that kind of manager, I think.
Yeah, I guess we should move to the forwards now.
Yeah, striker definitely Lukaku. There's no debating. He's the best Belgian striker that I've ever seen. He's national team leading top scorer, but like twice the amount of the guy in second. It's not even close. He's already reached almost over 100 caps when he's 29 years old. It's phenomenal generational talent for Belgium.
Yeah, definitely.
I think at right wing there's also no discussion. Probably the best midfielder around right now, KDB.
KDB. Let me put Kevin there.
The guy who nobody seems to be able to pronounce his name.
Yeah, I just call him KDB.
Yeah. And the left side is tricky. I think I know it's gonna be, but nobody really wants to see him anymore because we're all tired of seeing him struggle so much for Belgium. But it's still, I'm pretty certain it's gonna be Eden Hazard.
Eden Hazard.
He's not in form. He hasn't. I can't say he's done terribly for Belgium, but he's just not the same player that he was. And we've got like a bunch of other wingers in form who are doing really well. Mainly Leandro Trossard.
Yeah, he was a great yesterday.
Yeah, he was. He's just been tremendous for Belgium every time he's played. But he's just second choice to Hazard for some reason. Martinez just really still believes in Eden. Really still believes he can refine his form.
Yeah.
But most Belgians are very much losing hope that he's going to be able to do that.
Yeah. Let's talk about like the other backup players. So I think Mertens will probably be a backup.
Possibly. It's likely he will, but I can't say for like he's going to be guaranteed in the squad because we've got a lot of young players coming up, and he's actually putting the young players on the bench recently, Martinez. So it's very likely we'll see guys like De Ketelaere, Doku, Openda on the bench maybe for the World Cup.
What about Batshuayi?
Batshuayi is definitely included in the squad. Yeah. I think a lot of players laugh always when I see him play for Belgium, but honestly, he's amazing for us. I think he's currently holding the record for like most goals per minute playing for Belgium, and he's also had like I think 23 goals for Belgium, which is really impressive for a player who hasn't really been seeing regular football in all of his career basically. So I'm very happy he's in the squad.
Yeah. Do you have any other players, any other fringe players that you forgot to mention? Now is probably the opportunity to mention them.
I'm really not sure because there's a lot of young players Belgium have that could be possibly called up, like Amadou Onana, who played against the Netherlands, who dropped in, but that was his debut. Martinez is just like really not fond of using new faces, new players. He trusts the people he's been using for like all the time he's been in Belgium. So I don't think there's going to be many like random picks in the bunch.
Yeah.
Maybe if a few young, probably like Arthur Thiad might be called up. So, yeah, nobody that hasn't seen a lot of playing time so far.
Yeah, okay, so let's think. So I'm trying to think of backup 11 for the front three. So you could have maybe left wing, striker, I guess, with Batshuayi.
Yeah, Batshuayi, definitely.
Yeah, and then what backup left wing would that be?
Probably Leandro Trossard. I'm pretty certain he's going to be in another left position.
And then maybe right wing Dries Mertens?
Either one of Dries Mertens or Charles de Ketelaere, who's been playing for Club Rouge. He's probably our biggest talent coming up right now. Yeah. It's one of those two is it going to be.
Oh, jeez. I just remembered. There's another good talent from Belgium. I forgot his name. Is it Dodu? I think his name is Dodu,
right? Doku.
Yeah, Doku. Sorry, it's Doku, not Dodu. Yeah, it's Doku.
He would have been a starter in the team, I think, and ahead of Aiden. But this season at Rennes, it is in France, he's just been injured all season long. He's not been able to make any progression at all. So he's kind of been dropped from the national team because of that. But like, I think after World Cup, he's probably gonna be back in the squad.
Yeah, maybe this World Cup might be a bit too soon.
Yeah, it's too soon for him, sadly.
Yeah, because I remember that guy. He was good in the Euros, I remember.
Yeah, it was really good for us.
Yeah, so I guess that's going to be it for Belgium. Like I said, let me tell you my honest opinion. I feel like for you guys, if you guys are really serious about trying to make it far in this World Cup, you need Lukaku and De Bruyne or Hazard to be in their best form. Because Lukaku alone isn't going to be enough, and KDB alone isn't going to be enough. You need Eden Hazard to be back. I know it's really hard. But there's a lot of players that play well for the national team or are struggling for clubs. So maybe Hazard will need to do something like that. I mean, look at Pogba, for instance. He's not very good for United. I know he just left, but at France he's been amazing.
Yeah, yeah. I agree with like Lukaku and De Bruyne need to be informed, or we have no chance. Without them, you can see an obvious drop in quality in the national team. I don't think we'll be able to beat like major powers currently in football without them.
Yeah,
With Eden, I'm not convinced we need him per se because we've got other wingers and they've actually been doing really well. So I'm confident they would be able to fill in that spot.
fair enough. Yeah,
With like if you saw Trossard play yesterday, he plays like that every time he plays for Belgium. So I'm should the others be in form, I'm confident the rest can actually fill in.
yeah. Like I said, man, it's gonna be important. Obviously, you got to make sure the defense plays really well because all the really well over Vertonghen, they're definitely past their primes, but
Yeah.
they're still very good center backs in my opinion.
If Martinez uses them well, like the defensive display against the Netherlands and yesterday against Poland was completely different. Like Netherlands, we stayed back. We had this real weird mid block with like lots of space everywhere in between. Against Poland, they pressed really high. They closed everyone really soon, and then you had guys like Carrasco and Castagne ready to like drop in should anyone still get through those lines. So I hope he can tactically figure out how to make the best of us.
Yeah, it's gonna be very important. So I guess this wraps up here for today. Like I said, it'll be interesting to see how Belgium do in the World Cup. So I want you guys to comment down below. What do you guys think Belgium is going to finish? For me right now, I'm gonna go to the round of 16. That's pretty much my expectations. I don't really, at this very moment, I don't think you guys are gonna get past the round of 16. I could be wrong though. We'll have to wait and see. Like I said, guys, these are early calls because remember, guys, the World Cup will take place in November, so I'll be making more up to date predictions at the month of November. But as of right now, in the month of June, I am saying Belgium to exit the round of 16, which will be kind of disappointing. But I mean, this is kind of the tail end of the Golden Generation. I feel like this is the last big tournament for you, Belgium, because after this, a lot of the players are going to probably retire and probably not play at their best.
I'm not completely convinced on that. There's a lot of young talent coming through at Belgium right now. Like there's a gap between like the generation breaking through right now and then like the original golden one, where there's not really anything. But like it does seem like the new generation might. I'm not saying and like it's going to be anywhere near what we've had, but it's looking like they'll be able to easily be a top 20 team, hopefully top 10 in the future still. So.
I mean, like I feel like this is the last tournament for the big old people. Like
Yeah. That's probably except for maybe like the three actual world class players still left. The rest is probably the defense, Witzel, Aiden.
Yeah,
it's gonna be the last one for them.
Yeah, because like I think the next big international tournaments with Euros and it's gonna be there's a 2-year gap I believe, so it's gonna be interesting to see how that happens. But yeah, this is like the last tournament for the big players, the old
for this
guys.
Gold Generation, it's definitely the last one.
Yeah, so let's see what happens, man. Maybe the last one you guys can give a hurrah and finally win this tournament, which would be pretty insane.
I hope so, man. I really hope so.
Yeah, because if Belgium wins this, it would be a good way to end this Golden Generation. Because, like I said, this Golden Generation is kind of disappointed.
Yeah.
In the winning tournaments, So yeah, that's pretty much it. So I hope you guys did enjoy. Make sure you guys comment down below any Belgian players we forgot to mention. There's probably some we forgot to mention. And of course, make sure you guys subscribe to the channel if you're new around here. Like this video if you did enjoy. Comment down below where you guys think Belgium's going to finish in the World Cup. And that's going to be pretty much it. So I hope you guys did enjoy. And we'll see you guys later. Peace out.